Attorneys for Christine Blasey Ford say she has no regrets.
Plus, a deadly accident on the Upper East Side. An SUV hits a pedestrian, and residents worry it could happen again.
And a major concert is happening in Queens tonight. How a band you've likely never heard of sold out Citi Field in just minutes. CBS 2 News Saturday morning starts right now.
Live from Studio 46, this is CBS 2 News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on this Saturday, October 6th. I'm Andrea Grimes.
And I'm Cindy Hsu. The day's top stories are straight ahead. First, though, meteorologist Vanessa Murdoch is here with a look at the forecast. It was a little cool out there today.
Yeah, it's going to be cool today again, much more seasonable again in the 60s. It's also going to be on the cloudier side of the spectrum today. Maybe a stray shower. Generally, though, dry. Mostly cloudy with temperatures seasonable in the mid and upper 60s out there today. At the moment, 63 degrees in the city. It is 51 in Monticello.
Brett Kavanaugh now appears to have enough votes to get confirmed to the Supreme Court.
Two wavering senators say they'll back him after weeks of accusations and hardball politics. CBS 2's Jessica Layton reports.
The motion is agreed to.
The city's health department is investigating a second cluster of Legionnaire's disease in Upper Manhattan. 8 people in Washington Heights have been diagnosed with Legionnaire's in the last 6 days. An investigation underway on the Upper East Side after an elderly woman is struck and killed by a car that jumped the curb. Well, the K-pop band BTS finally hits the stage today for a concert at Citi Field.
Devoted fans have been camped out all week for the group's first ever U.S. stadium concert. CBS 2's Clark Foraker joins us live from Citi Field with more. Oh my goodness, look at all the people behind you, Clark. Good morning.
It looks like Black Friday about a month and a half too early.
A new lawsuit claims the popular sparkling water brand LaCroix's all-natural claims are false. The class action lawsuit filed in Illinois claims testing revealed a number of artificial ingredients.
Well, time now is 6:16, feeling really like fall this weekend. Meteorologist Vanessa Murdoch is here to tell us about the forecast, especially after some really warmer days this week.
Right, and today will be the last of the cool stuff, and then it's back to warm.
Time now is 6:38. This weekend, veterans and those who made the ultimate sacrifice are being honored by a traveling tribute.
Seeing something that you could actually touch, that you could feel, that you could see is very profound.
How a replica of the Vietnam Memorial Wall in D.C. is bringing healing to communities in our area.
Plus, a warning for New York City drivers: beware of deer, the area with the most collisions, and how to avoid it.
And Rock and Roll Playhouse is in studio, how they're using rock music to teach children important lessons.
But first, here's Vanessa Murdoch with a check on the forecast.
Good morning, everybody. The horizon is brightening, but it won't be as sunny as you might hope. Coming up, we're going to talk about a nice cool fall day, and then a return to summer-like warmth.
It's time to see what's coming up next on CBS This Morning, Saturday.
Dana Jacobson and Anthony Mason join us live with the preview. Good morning.
Hey, Andrea. Hey, Cindy. Coming up, we'll have all this morning's headlines.
Plus, apple picking season is reaching its peak, and Americans' taste in the fruit is changing. We're going to show you what's behind the rise and fall of some popular varieties of apples.
Those look good. And he's co-founder of the legendary comedy troupe Monty Python. We'll hear from Eric Idle about his new, as he calls it, sort of biography. Always look on the bright side of life.
All of that, plus your eye-opener, the dish, and music from Rainbow Kitten Surprise in our Saturday session. It's just ahead on CBS This Morning, Saturday. And by the way, I am a Fuji apple girl.
Oh, me too.
She's landing on the line.
I'm more of a Granny Smith apple girl. But they're all good. Looking forward to your show. Thank you both.
All right, let's get a final check of your weather with Vanessa.
Great apple picking weather for this weekend, by the way. Today, especially on the cooler side. So,
Coming up, a lesson about democracy meant to last a lifetime, how a New Jersey school is motivating young students to vote long before they can cast a ballot.
And house fires, from prevention to escape, what families need to do right now to stay safe. This is CBS 2 News Saturday morning. We'll see you at 9 o'clock. I always knew I wanted to make this videotape for you. And I just want to tell you how I'm feeling and that I don't know you, but I already love you. It's going to be different. I mean, I'm single, so you're not going to have a usual dad. just know that my heart is with you already. And I love you, Rosie Shue, and I think that's a perfect name for you.
Perfect because Rosie is named after my mother, Rosemary, and the way my family supported my decision to adopt made all the difference. Believe me, I would have loved to follow in my brother's footsteps, fall in love, get married, start a family, but it just wasn't happening, and I adored children. So after years of volunteering to babysit all my friends' kids, at 38 years old, I decided it's time to just do it on my own. After finding a great adoption agency, I started on the huge pile of paperwork, fingerprinting, criminal background checks, home study. It took me 7 months to finish.
Obviously, I have to videotape myself since there's no one around but me. But I turned in all the paperwork today to come get you. So I hopefully will come get you in a few months. And I'm really excited, really, really excited.
At the same time, Dana, Jeff, and their daughter Kira were going through the same process in Coram, Long Island. It started when Kira met her baby cousin Heather.
I saw her and I think she was cute.
And so what did you say to your parents?
I wanted a baby sister.
We both have brothers and sisters, and we're really close, and we know what it's like to have a close family, and we wanted Kira to have the same.
So Kira started getting ready for her little sister.
Stuffing dolls into strollers, stuffing dolls into car seats, just getting all the clothes ready. I mean, it was funny.
Now, it wasn't so funny when Kira was born. Because of complications, Dana nearly died giving birth. So to add to this family of 3, they decided to adopt a little girl from China. And with all the research came lots of concerns.
When you look at the internet sites, I mean, there's all these horror stories all over, and then you hear about malnutrition and scabies and this and that and the other thing.
We were also really afraid that she wasn't being hugged. We were afraid that she was just being left in a crib and not being hugged because she didn't belong to a family.
But after months of waiting and worrying about a child they knew nothing about, the pictures came of their daughter Lexi. They learned she was abandoned on the steps of a government building a day after she was born and placed with a foster family instead of going to an orphanage. That same day, I was in the newsroom surrounded by my friends at work.
We just found out the babies. I get the referral today, and so we're waiting. Yay! And what I know about her, she was born in October, and she's been in foster care since she was 2 days old.
The Beckers and I were in the same group of families traveling to China to adopt our daughters. They live in Coram, Long Island, and after a dangerous first pregnancy with Kira, they decided to adopt. After months of worrying and waiting, they received the first pictures of their daughter Lexi. That same day, I was in the newsroom, and we were all waiting at the computer for the first pictures of Rosie. A few weeks later, more pictures of Rosie, and for the first time I saw her foster mother, who had taken care of her since she was left near a shopping area 2 days after she was born. She was now 10 months old. A month and a half later, my mother and I flew to Nanchang, China, where we'd meet up with the Beckers and other families from around the United States.
So we just got off the plane and we're very excited, and we'll maybe meet Rosie in a few hours. Everything's great. I feel very calm. I'm at peace.
Here's our room at the Gloria Plaza. Mom's trying to open the window.
River up there.
But look at the crib. Your first crib. And here's our first stroller. Maybe a couple hours. We're gonna meet you, Rosie. Yee!
We all crowded into a hotel room to meet our daughters. It was hard to miss Rosie with her orange ponytail holders.
Here.
Dana and Jeff were going to the same tearful meeting with Lexi, but back in their room, a bottle made all the difference. The bonding process with Rosie wasn't as fast. The poor thing had this sad face for days as she put up with lots of picture taking for our adoption paperwork.
She cried a little bit in the beginning, but when we walked around the hallway,
And she finally put her head on my shoulder, which felt really good. And she finally fell asleep, so now she's sleeping. She's cute.
The real breakthrough came while we were playing 3 days after we'd met. And once she gave us that first smile, things got much better. The next 2 weeks were a blur of medical exams and spending time with the wonderful families in our travel group. We don't know anything about our daughter's biological parents because it's illegal to abandon your child in China. But every year, hundreds of baby girls are given up because in most parts of the country, families are allowed only one child, and a boy is often valued over a girl. After a few days, our girls were doing much better, and it was time to go home. Kira finally got to meet her baby sister.
She just looked at her.
Yeah.
She just looked at her, and she smiled. I think she was more, wow, you're here, and speechless. And then after that, it wasn't speechless. After that, she was running around trying to do stuff. She couldn't do enough.
Rosie's homecoming was also great, and while officially it's just the two of us, my friends have become the largest and most loving family you can imagine. After years of thinking of adopting, once I really got started, it took nearly a year and a half to bring Rosie home. It's a process that can seem overwhelming, but once you take that first step, it is an amazing journey that you'd be taking with thousands of families throughout the world. Cindy Hsu, CBS 2 News.
You get in. Happy Saturday morning.
Good
Hi.
morning. It's a little after 8 o'clock.
Yes.
And
this is our Express Quick Facebook Live.
yes, it took a little bit to
Busy
get this up
morning.
and running today.
Yeah. Why don't you she had Cure Lupus walk.
Walk to Cure Lupus.
Mhm.
It was a little drizzly this morning.
Oh, look what I have on. Let me take my shoes off for you. I have my boots
Uggs.
on. I'm so excited.
I know. You know what's funny is I was